Okay, I just had to make an update video. I know I just made a video, but something very exciting happened to me today. It's a non-scale victory. It doesn't have to do with my measurements. So, okay, my goal for a long time has been to be able to talk at a lap band seminar with my lap band doctor and be one of those people that explains their story, just like I saw at the seminar that I went to. And I've always wondered, like, what do I have to get down to? Like, how am I able to talk at a seminar? And I've never worked up the courage to ask my lap band doctor if I could talk at one, because I figured he would be like, why don't you get below 200? Or why don't you, like, do this first or whatever? So, one of my friends is considering the lap band. So I told her about the seminars, and we're gonna go tonight to one. And I called my lap band doctor just to let him know, like, I'm gonna be there. Excuse me. That's what happens when you drink a Frappuccino too fast. So I asked him, I said, just to let you know, if you have people, if anyone has any questions, I'd be willing to answer some and tell about my story, and, you know, I would definitely be up for that. And I was more like kind of playing it cool, because I didn't know if he'd be like, oh, it's all right, like, I don't know. So he was like, oh, well, that would be awesome. He's like, thank you so much, because, you know, normally when people bring a friend to the seminar, I don't want to call them out and make them speak, because I don't know how much they want to share about their journey. But this is your journey, and, like, feel free to tell whatever you want to tell. And, you know, he's like, thank you so much. And he was like thanking me, and I was like, no, buddy, thank you. Like, this is amazing. So I'm on a high right now. I'm walking on air. I feel amazing, and this is something I've wanted to do for so long. Oh, the other big thing. So he said that, just to let your friend know, and to let you know, since I've done your band, I am steering people away that have a high BMI from the band, because I find that it's just not as successful, and I'm just sort of steering them away from the band. And he said, you know, he said if they have a high BMI, like, we're just not finding that it's as successful and whatever. And I was like, well, then I feel like even more of a success, because my BMI was like in the 50s. And he was like, yeah, he's like, I keep telling you, he's like, you are a success story, like, you're a rare story, you know. And so it made me kind of sad, because I feel like that opportunity won't be there for other people to have the success like I have. But I guess, like, if the numbers show, like, if it's, you know, the numbers show that people don't tend to be as successful with the lap band that have higher BMIs, then, you know. But my friend is, like, right on the cusp of, like, a high BMI anyway. Like, she's, like, very low BMI for weight loss surgery, I think. So I told him, I was like, oh, I think she's like a 39.5. Sorry to call you out, friend. I don't want to say your name in case you don't want people knowing your details, but and he was like, oh yeah, people with like 39, 40, like, definitely that's who I would gear it towards. And I was like, okay. So I feel like even more of a success, because, you know, I'm not the typical story, and, like, I'm someone who's not a typical story. Like, you know how you see those, like, results not typical for, like, every weight loss program you look at, and they show, like, the Weight Watchers people who have lost 100 pounds or whatever, and it's like results not typical or whatever. It's like, I'm one of those results not typical. Like, I'm not a typical result, and I've worked my ass off to become a result. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It just makes me feel so accomplished, and this is one of those non-scale victories that I just feel amazing about, and I'm so thankful for this opportunity. It's so stupid. Like, I'm just going to a seminar to talk about, like, people do this all the time, but, like, I love talking about it. I love talking about my story and how successful I've been, and tips, and the bad, the good, the nitty gritty, the amazing parts. Like, I don't know, I'm gonna bring before and after pictures. I'm bringing my scrapbook. Like, I'm ready to make this a career tonight, apparently. I can't wait. I'm so excited. So I just had to put this on Facebook and record this as a moment that I want to remember forever. And maybe this is the start of some kind of, like, side job for me, where I can do this and get paid for it, or just even volunteer and go talk to different people. And I was thinking about even calling other lap band doctors in the area and seeing if they needed someone to speak, even though they weren't, like, my surgeon or whatever. But we'll see how tonight goes. Wish me luck. I don't know what I'm gonna say yet. I have so much to say. I have, like, 100 hours of video to say. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna tell people about my YouTube channel if they want to go check it out and, you know, recommend some other things. So